So today's the day. I'm upgrading my CRF450L from JD Jetting Power Surge Tuner to a Vortex ECU. I'm going to show you guys the absolute easiest and fastest way that I found to install this Vortex on the bike. First thing you need to do to put that Vortex in is take off your seat and front plastics off your bike. In the video you're going to see that I've got my rear plastics removed, but that's because I was doing some other work on the bike and it was just easier to get them out of the way. But in order to do this mod, really all you got to do is take off the seat and the front two plastics and you'll be good to go. So I'll get that done and then I'll show you from there how to get that ECU installed. I'm going to show you the absolute easiest way to replace this Vortex ECU without having to remove your tank and without losing these little washers and brackets right here. Some instructional videos out there show removing the tank, and that's really not necessary. So I'm going to show you how to get it out without doing that. What you're going to need for this job, once you got all your plastics off, is just a ratchet and an 8mm wrench and a screwdriver. So the first thing you got to do is get these rubber boots off of the tabs that are on the bracket so you can get the stock ECU out of the way. The easy way to do that with the tank in place is just use a screwdriver and pry those off of the brackets. There's a bracket on the right side, the left side, and one underneath, and you're just going to pry those loose. You can get pretty aggressive with them. The rubber is pretty durable, and they pop off there pretty easy if you just wiggle on them a little bit. All right, so that's got the stock ECU out of the brackets. You just push down on this release right here, and that'll pull it loose from the connector. And that's out of the way. The next thing you're going to need is your 8mm ratchet, and you're just going to loosen these up. Don't take them all the way out yet. So loosen up those screws, and then before you get going too far, get your bracket that comes with the Vortex and the boot that comes with the Vortex. So this bracket goes down in right there and mounts to those studs. And it's hard to get this boot on that rear or that lower tab right there once you get this installed. So go ahead and preload your boot on here and just put that bottom one on, and then you can flip it out of the way when you get ready to put it down in there. Alright, so this washer stack right here, there's a little washer at the very back that likes to fall out of the way, and it's got a spacer right here. If you'll just hold some pressure up against the bike with it, you can go ahead and take this bolt out, rotate that bracket out of the way, and stick that bolt right back in. You may have to wiggle it just a little bit to get it started, and just barely thread it back in there. Now get your Vortex bracket, set it there close by, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to hold a little bit of pressure here this way towards the bike, and you're going to take this one out. That bolt, and before that bolt comes all the way out, once you get it loose, go ahead and rotate that up out of the way and get a hold of that washer. So you got the bolt in there and come out, and this bracket, because the other side is loose, will rotate up towards you, and now you can grab that washer. So you got the washer, now you got the spacer that comes loose, and the stock mounting bracket. So set that out of the way, get your Vortex bracket, and it's going to go down in the bike like this, but to keep this out of the way, we're going to flip it back and mount it straight down to begin with. So the bolt goes in this hole, then your spacer, then rotate the bracket back up, or rotate this little mount back up. Flip that boot out of the way in that direction. And then your washer goes on. And just push it towards the bike with the bolt in it and rotate it down in place. And that should give you just enough room to get that bolt started in the hole. And this one's kind of finicky. If it's not lined up exactly right, it doesn't want to bite. All right, once that one's started, then you can come back to the other side, hold pressure, take this bolt out, flip that rubber boot back in place, and then it's just a matter of putting this bolt back in. So that's got that on. Then you're going to tighten these bolts up. Put the top side of the rubber boot on. The ECU just slides in. Make sure these boots are on here. You may want to put a little tape on them. You can tuck them out of the way. Up under there. And then plug it in. And that's got your ECU installed. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. I'm going to be doing some free mod videos on modifications you can do to your bike that won't cost you anything. And I'm also going to be doing a video comparing the stock bike versus the JD jetting versus Vortex, and then also with the stock exhaust versus a FMF Q4 exhaust. So please subscribe, like. You guys have a great day. Be careful out there.